Welcome, guys, and we are talking The Walking Dead. Now, this video consists of spoilers of comic books and maybe TV show wise, so you have been warned. And we are talking all about Morgan. I love this character, Morgan, but I love him more on the TV show aspect than the comic book. I love Morgan in the comic book, but TV show Morgan is amazing. If you haven't seen this actor, he was also in Snatch, which he was hilarious. He's a great actor. But Morgan, man, Morgan is just awesome. He's awesome. But the question is, though, that we know in the comic book story, he's there, but he's not part of the group for the long haul. You know what I mean? And you would think he would be part of the group for the long haul. The question is, do you think TV Morgan will pretty much be here for the long haul, honestly? Will he be here for quite a while? And is it a good idea for him to be in the show quite a while? I think it always depends on contracts as well and this and that. But I think he should. I think Morgan should not be like the comic book, honestly. I don't want to see... He's already doing kung fu moves that we haven't seen in the comic book. I want to see Morgan in the long haul. I want to see him for a good 4 seasons, if The Walking Dead even lasts that long. I'm pretty sure, there's just... a lot of people, Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus, they're big stars. I'm pretty sure they want to do other stuff. But Walking Dead is so big, so popular, makes so much money. I just don't see how this juggernaut is not going to last for quite a bit of seasons. It ain't going to go Simpson status, but, I want Morgan to live quite a bit. I don't want to just live, be there for 1 season or 2 seasons. I want to at least stretch it out to 3 seasons because I love this character so much. And the actor who portrays him, in a dynamic of him and Rick, my God. I know a lot of people think Daryl or Glenn could be Rick's number two, but I think Morgan should be up there as he's his left hand. Let's just say that. Morgan and Rick's dynamic in the TV show the chemistry is off the hook. It's just when these two first met up in the beginning of the series, when they met up towards I believe it was like the 4th or 3rd season, where Morgan was going all crazy, it's still there. It's still there. And then when they meet up last episode, it's still there. You feel something. You definitely feel that tension, that you want to hear these two speak. Morgan, you know me. You know me, Morgan. You're just another dead man with the face. Just great stuff. I love Morgan and Rick's relationship. And then when you bring Morgan into the crew and you could establish, he's already a badass. He survived this long. Michonne knows a little bit about him. So the romantic aspect maybe be there with Michonne and Morgan. That might be her, romantic interest. I hope it's not. I hope they do go the route of Michonne and Rick. I'd really like them to really pursue that route. But they do go Morgan and Michonne, that's fine. But just the dialogue that they can exchange would be really great. And then Carl, I would love to see Morgan. I know out of all the characters, I would love to see Morgan and Carl. Maybe this could be something Carl's little kind of give him a little bit more to do, because Morgan knows Rick was searching for his family, his son, and then Morgan's son, Dwayne dying as well. Him and Carl could have that aspect where he's kind of like the mentor to Carl, like, listen, I've seen a lot of stuff. Your dad has seen a lot of stuff as well. You remind me of my son. I'm going to tell you stuff so you could live on, that, you're not... I messed up with Dwayne, so let me tell you all my mistakes that I made. Or something like that. A mentor to Carl, and Carl listening in. Carl really taking Morgan's advice before maybe Morgan's demise. So I would love that aspect as well. I would also love for Morgan to talk to Glenn. I would love to Morgan. A lot of people would say Daryl, but I would love for him to talk to Glenn as well. Because Glenn is one of the reasonable people too, especially in Morgan's, calm state of mind. I would love these two characters to really interact with each other, to really talk about, what it is to take a life, maybe the zombie apocalypse that it is today. If you want to go deep in deep within like logic of this zombie world instead with the dialogue, I think there's something there. But the Walking Dead's writing hasn't always been strong, but they could make it strong with maybe a Morgan and Glenn interaction. And then you also had Daryl, Daryl and Morgan. I don't see a lot of those two really together a lot, but it could happen since, they're both badasses, but I just don't see them together. I think the most interesting aspect would be Morgan and Carol. Morgan and Carol are just, Carol is like, Morgan right now, he was like Carol when he was crazy, when he was, he had all those spikes going on. He was defending his house. Excuse me. I think, and Carol right now is survival of the fittest. So those two mindsets coming together, man, maybe Morgan talking sense into Carol, like, listen, that you have you have the exact right, attitude towards the zombie apocalypse, but the way you're going about it, you're going to get somebody killed, or you're going to do something where people are not going to trust you and they'll kill you. So maybe something like that. Morgan, you see how Morgan coming in just brings so much more potential for all these characters to really get some shine. I mean, it helps this just elevate, because Morgan has been on his own. What has he seen? Does he know about the Whisperers? Oh, not the Whisperers. I'm sorry. Thinking about another thing. Does he know about the Wolf Pack or whatever? The Wolves. Wolf Pack. I'm just thinking of a little baby right there, just like, what's up? I thought he was a Carlos. No, but Morgan just brings so much so much to this show. Now that he's in here, I hope they kind of stray away from the comic book. I hope, because this Morgan is a little bit different than a comic book. I hope they just, don't do exactly what the comic book's going to do, especially his demise. I want to see a different demise for Morgan. I want to see him really leave his imprint, so to speak, of this group before he goes. Whether it's not only for Michonne, if they go that route, but for Carl, for Glenn, definitely for Rick. I think Morgan will be, right now you see how Rick is in a comic book, establishing this whole freaking, everything's going, Jolly Rancher and shit. He has, it's like humanity has got their shit together. I'm hoping Morgan could, do that for Rick. Because Rick right now is kind of a little bit crazy. He's a little bit not crazy, but he's almost full-blown Shane, but not really. So, I mean, I just can't wait. I'm so excited. If you saw my Walking Dead reviews, I'm like, fuck, give me Morgan. Give me Morgan. Give me Morgan. Morgan is the shit. So I can't believe. And, even with him and Sasha would be interesting. Sasha's going through her stuff. So Morgan might say, listen, I lost my son, Dwayne. You need to stop that shit. Or something like that. And then you have Daryl with Beth, maybe. But it doesn't seem like I think he's over it, honestly. But there's a lot more characters being introduced as well. Heath is going to be introduced. I forgot who else is going to be introduced, but there should be a lot more characters being introduced. But right now, we have Morgan in the crew, in here, within the community. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited where this goes. And the bigger the cast, the more deaths that will probably happen, because this cast is already huge. So thank you guys for listening. That is my thoughts on Morgan. Basically, I want him in the long haul. What do you guys think? Do you want Morgan to pretty much last for a very long time? Or do you think he should come in, do his thing like the comic books, and just get out? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for listening. And until next time, till we talk The Walking Dead. I'll see you guys later. Dan the Man is out. Morgan for the win.